said about hard-nosed full contact. It's like that raw rap all the way back to boom bap. Spikes up, Ty Cobb inspired killing the corners. Heating up with recklessness, we still getting warmer. Nevertheless, nothing can test, we bring it best. Wile E. Coyote mixed with Roadrunner, full comers. Holding your title hostage, the kings we smoke others. You're either with us or against us, it doesn't matter which. Scouting your weakness, we bring the wrath when we hit. There's never been a squad as raw as trash goes can spit. You might get bashed with a stick while I'm pounding the fence. Look around, you're a fish while I'm rounding it quick. Take a look at the base.
Hey guys, welcome to the lab. Another episode of Sundaze with the Clink Room. Solo episode this week. I've spent the last close to a week here in Connecticut and the New York area in town for the Topper Store USA 2-year anniversary celebration. So here I'm recording Saturday night for you guys for Sunday afternoon. So hope you guys enjoy this episode, but it will be a solo episode. Shout out to the whole Topper Store USA team. It's a blast to kind of celebrate your 2-year anniversary with you guys. And let's get on to what happened with the week. So this week was a dead stock week. So for those who don't know, these particular hats will be shipping right away. They're typically leftovers from the pre-order, extras, cancellations, stuff like that. So there may not be a full-size run available for every piece here, but you'll still be able to catch something that you potentially missed on pre-order. So the first 4 will cover Coffee Rage by COD and Designs with Jake, Like-Minded by Clifton, Florida Love by Aurelian, and Creaturezoid and Royal Reckoning by Milosh. Nice little 4-pack here. To me, the one that kind of stands out is Florida Love. Second or third iteration of kind of this like city-state love series. Aurelian and Creaturezoid got together with this one. Miami Dolphins colors, got the gator in there. A lot of like Florida symbols, oranges, sunglasses, beaches, and palm trees. I think that's a really cool kind of fun hat. Not a lot of monotone hats either kind of coming through. So it's kind of cool and refreshing to see that. I do like a good 2-tone hat, but I don't know. I think I've been kind of craving more single color crown hats. So that one kind of sticks out to me. Coffee Rage is cool too. I feel like as a coffee drinker, sometimes you get the rage if you don't drink the coffee, but still a cool hat. Like-Minded and World Reckoning are also very clean pieces as well. I don't love how kind of like the embroidery came out for Like-Minded. I do understand it's like solid embroidery spots, so there is ridges to it, but I don't know what I would have done differently. Maybe make the black negatives instead of embroidered in, but it's a cool design nonetheless. All right, moving forward. The next 4, Hooch Hustler. So that's Phil Hauser and Capsule Style. Kind of teamed up for that one. Interesting Easter egg in there. I think the raccoon penis bone is in the design. Kind of in that Hooch bottle there. Party Foul, COD and Etalu came together with that strong pun hat. Rewound by Lane and Aurelian, kind of continuing their hip hop series. And Passport to Hades, Good Idea Ryan, and the Obi-Wan came together for that one. So cool to see some of the work kind of roll through for Good Idea Ryan and the Obi-Wan. I know that they're primarily like t-shirt design kind of guys. Some of the skulls with like the crazy small details, I was a little bit worried on how they would execute. Kiss of Death and Passport to Hades did embroider well, so pleasantly surprised. And sometimes I like to be wrong, but I had reservations on how that would embroider, and embroidered good. So good job on them for that. Rewound is a cool little piece. Reminds me of those old Maxwell tapes and just having to scramble to try to save your mixtape with the pencil, kind of trying to jam back the guts of the cassette tape back in there. But yeah, this is a strong 4 piece here. Of course, Phil with the he just has a great way to capture personality and character. And Party Files is good too. Kind of wish the crown wasn't like white because the actual like chicken kind of gets lost on the white crown, but it is a cool logo nonetheless. All right, moving forward, these next 6 hats we're going to cover all are they're in their last phase of the pre-order. So pre-orders for these hats will commence tonight at midnight. So you do have a little bit of time to get your pre-order in before these guys get sent to production. So the first 3, Skyborn, Greens Rage, and Texla Cali. Jacobo with looks like the 2 type of corn in the maze there, with the Mexican inspired design. That one's real cool. You don't see a lot of golf logos go through, so it was cool to see one get passed through by Leaf, kind of like that twisted metal Ratfink style. Not really Ratfink, but like just like the motorized, interesting character there. 18th hole, Skyborn. We got the animal portrait with the landscape. Don't love the subject matter, but I can't deny that the bird there isn't drawn well. So cool little 3-pack moving forward. We got the 5th year anniversary by Clinkers, Ernesto, and Casey. Interesting they gave a side patch to Ernesto because he hates side patches, but this one's cool. It's an updated version of his popping bottles kind of thing, and I do like how they added like the goggles to it. Kind of like they're celebrating a winning of a championship. So nice little hat there. Tiki Hanu, Sheamus teamed up with Kyle for that one. Pretty cool piece. It's almost like an engraved piece of like ivory or stone turtle with the tiki guy in the back. And Dream Hoops, Heather and Marlon came together this week. I think there might have been like 3 or 4 designs that just didn't you didn't see them in crits and just went right to pre-order. So that's kind of cool and interesting. Nice little 6-pack here. Dream Hoops is cool. It's got that dream catcher with the basketball, kind of like a Wahoo style smile almost. Pretty cool piece. Nice little 6-pack here. So there was no shock drop this week, so we're gonna move right into crits. So the next 20 hats we're gonna cover are going up for voting tomorrow. So if you want to see any of these hats make it to production, make sure you guys vote tomorrow on the Clink Room's stories to push these through. So Gifted by Win Studio looks like a bird holding a rose on a stone and black crown with this kind of like teal under. Smooth design. The legs are tiny. Not really believable that he'd be holding the rose, but not a bad piece here. Anatomy of the bird, it seems a little kind of off, but smooth piece. The details of the feathers are real cool. Gifted by Win. Number 2, Swamped. Cool little piece by Heather. Kind of like a cryptozoology kind of piece here. He's got the creature of the Blue Lagoon type thing. She's kind of gearing up for Halloween. I think kind of where these end and where they deliver is going to be close to Halloween. So for all the people crying for things for Halloween. Heather's gearing up for it. So if this one makes it, you pre-order, you might get it for Halloween. So good time on Heather's part. Cool piece. Highlighting is real good. Not overly done in some of the times we've seen. Clinkers use over highlights. I do like the use of the lighting here. Yeah, cool little piece. To me, it feels like it's a little early for Halloween, but if you really think about it and break it down, it's really not. So, good on Heather for kind of thinking ahead. Swamped. Um, Number 3, Kagwama Ibarra. Ibarra. El Ibarra. Another piece by them. They've done they've been in crits a few times. I think one of them actually hit pre-order as well. So soccer looks like a beer playing soccer. The ball looks um, kind of weirdly shaped, almost oval shaped, and then perfect circle. There, it's an interesting piece, but soccer, not super popular. Will be interesting to see how this votes. Mono hat, at least. I do like a good black hat, kind of that rust color under. Uh, yeah, cool piece. These ones are tough, right? So like his design is perfectly centered, and we have this discussion a lot, and I like to, kind of ask artists what their take on it. With the circle being there and it's not totally centered, it to me throws off the centering of the image, even though the image is centered. So, cool piece. We'll see how it votes tomorrow. Lycanthrope, little wolf creature here by Heather. Cool colorway. So we got black with this like olive green under. Can never argue with this colorway. Got that pop of red in the tongue. Nice little kind of characters here on the side. I do not know what they mean, but it does add for a cool kind of aesthetic to it. Strong little logo, perfectly centered, well balanced. Good work, Heather. Lycanthrope. Number 5, Oni Echoes. So 3 out of 5 slots already taken by Heather. So work rate unmatched. Cool little Oni piece. Don't know if I love the circle around it with the kind of clouds and stuff like that. I don't really feel like this teal works well with this kind of crimson red color crown. Although I do understand why she did it. It kind of breaks up the red of the hat with the mask. So, you're kind of she's kind of using that to be able to use a red mask on a red crown, which is not easy to do. So I do get why the color's there, but I don't necessarily feel like that kind of adds to the design. But good piece nonetheless. Number 6, Scarab. Josh Foles teamed up with Sierra Gons. This is pretty cool. So Scarab Beetle, kind of zombified, coming back to the dead. Skull could be a resurrection piece, maybe not. Black crown, kind of got that tan under, that tan color from the skull. Yeah, solid piece, fits the crown real well. Drawn amazingly, and a collab between two really good and talented artists so far. Best one of the week to me. This one stands out real cool. And this is embroider well too. Colorway's cool. Number 7, Rob Smid, King C, kind of bring his graffiti style into Clink again. So just that thick kind of C there in front of that drippy marker and a crown. Typical kind of graffiti elements of the hat. Kelly green, black, grander, solid. No real notes. I like how Kelly green works with this gold. Kind of reminds me of Oakland A's. Then he's got the metallic gold of the crown. Solid piece. Letter forms don't exactly vote real strong sometimes, but Nothing really particularly bad about this logo. I think it did a good job. Number 8, Extinct. Kind of half and half. We've seen this kind of used a couple times in the last few weeks. I think back to kind of like that Show Your Work Kong that Heather did. Now we got this Extinct half T-Rex, half skull, T-Rex skull. Cool piece. Colorway's rad. Purple, magenta, green. Colors that really worked well together. Perfectly balanced logo too. Solid piece by half out. Oh, this one. Potential way to go. You make the I don't mind the purple. Maybe make the crown black and do the skull and glow in the dark. That could be an option. Number 9, Ernesto's back with Rory Kelly in Scorpio. Don't really understand this one too much because I don't really follow a lot of horoscope and stuff like that. So I do see that there's a scorpion in there, and I think it does glow in the dark, which is pretty cool. I don't understand why it's associated with the Phoenix. But cool piece. I would want a little bit more contrast between the visor and the undervisor. It's kind of got like this orange and this darker orange under. I would just go for like a gray potentially underneath. Typically, I mean, I know this might sound boring, but I prefer like a gray or green undervisor. Sometimes neon red, orange works, but for this one, I would want to break up the colors. So you would either do a completely different color from the orange, or you make it all black hat and have an orange under. Both ways work. I don't like the darker orange on the lighter orange, but art wise is cool. Concept wise, bit confusing. But I can forgive it because it does look like a cool logo. Number 10, Nara, Flanagan Studios. Kind of continuing this like silhouette landscape caricature in the forefront kind of series. He did it with a few already in this kind of Japanese theme. Chrome white, black with this teal and kind of Tennessee orange. Cool little piece. Don't love the landscapey, silhouette type of genre particularly, but art's good, man. Like for me, I would even just prefer just a nice, clean buck, deer head, whatever. But either way, Flanagan's a rad artist. This is a cool piece. Kind of a unique colorway. Kind of staying away from his regular um, blues or typical vice blue, beetroot kind of colorway. Opted for a different one, which is cool to kind of see him expand a little bit. But yeah, Flanagan, number 10. Number 11, Octodot, Tri-Dub, teamed up with Claire.com again. This time, moving away from the owl and going into the octopus. The octopus actually looks like it's easier to embroider, really. And it kind of makes more sense that it's built out of circles. I feel like the owl one was a cool concept and kind of a cool piece of art, but kind of hard to execute because they had to use like huge circles. So this one, a little bit smaller, smaller to medium sized circles. But yeah, definitely a cool art style. So we'll see how it votes tomorrow. Number 12 wins back with Fishhawk. I'm off rip. I'm not sure if that's an actual name of the hawk or if it's just two literal things put together to name it. I'm not sure. Cool concept though. Reminds me a little bit of like a Ryan Simmons where he's using the crown color to kind of infer water. So, but this time it's just like a hawk, jumping down and getting that fish. I feel like the fish a little bit small for scale, but yeah, cool piece. Two birds from him. I prefer this bird over the bird holding the rose. But yeah, interesting kind of colorway, kind of that Mariners teal with black with the brown under. Don't love the brown under. Probably go for like a gray to be honest. But that'd be nitpicking. Cool piece. I probably would want the fish to be either a little bit bigger, or maybe you just see just the head of it. I'm not sure, but it looks like a tiny fish, to be honest. Number 13, Bubble Trouble, Raphael, back with this kind of a bubble texture, which is kind of a cool piece on a sky blue and purple. It reminds me a little bit of the new Colorado Rocky City Connect kind of colorway. Cool piece. We've seen him try this with, I believe it was like a ape skull, gorilla skull. Um, I think he did it with like a chrome as well. But this bubble kind of texture and colorway, it's cool to see him kind of try to tackle it. I don't know if it will translate well in terms of embroidery. It might, but Bubble Trouble from Raphael. Number 14, Creaturezoid, teaming up with Real Fitted Chef to collab here for this one. I believe it's either, I want to say it's Abu Dhabi, could be Saudi Arabia. They have like this really famous kind of camel race. So it's kind of a double entendre there. Camel clutch, the clutch of the race, clutch of a car. Anyone who drives a manual car knows that there's a clutch there. Camel clutch also, um, the Iron Sheiks finishing move. So it's kind of a double, triple, quadruple entendre there. He's got the Iron Sheiks mustache and headwear, camel race, camel clutch, clutch for the car. A lot of things here. Don't love the sand off rip. It's made to almost look like fire, but we know it's sand. I do like the textures you got in the headpiece. Um, yeah, just a smooth piece altogether. Um, yeah, just the sand looks a little off to me a little bit. Um, but yeah, cool to see Donnie step out and take some concepts from concept artists, because usually it's the other way around, him providing concepts to artists and waiting for them to draw. But it's a cool, fun piece for sure. Good job, Donnie and Fitty Chef. Number 15, I really like this one. I liked it a lot from when I saw Milos post it. So behold, um, Grim Reaper. I know we've been Grim Reapered almost to death, but this one is a cool and unique take on it. Like, he's Grim Reaper represents death, bringer of death, and he's staring at a butterfly. Butterflies kind of symbolize rebirth and life, spring, stuff like that. So great job, Milos. Challenging for the number one spot to me for the favorite of the week so far. I really, really like this one. Art is done cool. Execution's cool. Concepts kind of fresh and unique. I like it. Don't love the name, but I can get past the name. I don't even have to look at the name. And just looking at the piece, I like the piece. Does glow in the dark too. Extra +1. Number 16, Rikishi by Chad. I'm not sure what a Rikishi is. I just know Rikishi the wrestler, cousin of Yokozuna, father of Jay and Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa, Rikishi. I believe it's a rank in sumo. This is a type of frog too, so reminds me a little bit of E Honda. It's got the hair and the painting, but it is a cool piece nonetheless. I don't need to know what a Rikishi is. I think this is a cool piece. Well done by Chad. Number 17, Sin City. I'm Ballicious, teamed up with Heather. So Heather with 4 slots on this. We've already had a couple slot money type machine hats, character wise. So when you see one that's kind of like realistic here, it kind of isn't really like super exciting. I feel like a lot of the little details, like the "Welcome to Sin City," that famous sign. I guess it's public domain, so it's easy to use, but I think a lot of that small font is gonna be very hard to execute and embroider at that size. So it would be cool in an interesting way to see maybe that sign done and just be like the forefront or the main character, and then have these other pieces kind of either be like neon elements or um these sketch elements or elements in the background. I guess I just feel like there's a lot jumbled into a very narrow design here. So I don't know what I would change off rip, but I don't know if all these like details, like the tiny building landscapes, and then we got this two cacti here, super thin. I don't know if it really helps design, but it's a cool piece. Colorway's cool. All black hat grander. Las Vegas too is getting crushed right now with the tourism and no one really going there. So hopefully they bounce back. Number 18, Fumes, Rob Smith back again. Cool little piece, kind of like a skeleton hand with a spray paint bottle, and then it's got the details of the skull here. Kind of a cool kind of stylized piece. A lot of the funky high res neon colors. Um, I almost feel like it's a little too kind of unfinished with the textures. I know that's kind of the graffiti style, but I don't know if it would particularly embroider well. But yeah, it is an interesting piece. Um, I would almost want this hat to be all black with that funky green under, or even an all black hat. I don't love like a neon visor. I don't mind a neon under, but I don't love like a neon color visor. But cool piece. Fumes. Number 19, Folk Flight. Junker continuing to team up with Levi for their concepts. This one's a completely um, off rip. I'm not sure what I'm looking at, but it is a cool kind of almost native Aboriginal art style. Kind of a crow uh, with in front of a sun with some eyes. It is a cool piece. Almost reminds me of the Soviet eagle almost, but yeah, definitely a cool piece. And then like new wall of military green with black with a grander, solid. And the last one, Sweet Tea by Buenos Biscuits. Um, cool little piece, sky blue, slate blue with this brown. I'd probably break up the undervisor, probably put a gray on there or a green. Little iced tea. Good timing with the spring, summer. Nice little character. Yeah, no real harsh notes on it. It's a solid piece. Don't know if it'll vote well or not, but we'll see. All right, and moving on for the challenge of the week. So the challenge of the week, Heather actually suggested we do one that was based on the custom textures. The problem is I'm not sure exactly, and I probably should have took more time to figure out what level of account that Clink Room has now, so that we can actually say, these textures are available and not available. I would hate to tell you guys or assign you guys a challenge and then not have those fabrics be available to you guys. So I'm kind of hesitant to issue that as the challenge of the week. So um, you guys are able to do that if you want, but I would try to stick to the safe ones. Real tree camo, midnight camo, like the black, that black camo, that black mono camo, um, woodland camo, um, maybe corduroy, wool, things like that. But I wouldn't get too crazy with the textures because I just don't know which are really available and realistic for the Clink Room to use. So without everyone individually asking Casey what those are. For now, I would tell you just stick to kind of the ones they've already done, and go from there. But even if you go back to the original alternate material week, I think they did like a marbling with the wizard and different stuff like that. Some of those fabrics have even been canceled and are not available to even reorder or reuse or use in a different way. So I would be careful about that. But having said that, the week I came up with is called Clave Week. The Pope has been, and you guys can choose to do this or not, but I'm not religious at all. But I do find the conclave and the fact that the Pope is American kind of cool and interesting. So exactly what they do, I couldn't really tell you. Um, but the whole process of um, the Pope and well the Cardinals all voting and figuring out who the next winner is and kind of trying to read um, into who's going to win and if there's black smoke they haven't figured out who the Pope is, and if there's white smoke then they finally did, and then they get rolled out and they become a celebrity. I think the whole thing is kind of interesting. um, so I threw out some textures to kind of work in as an alternate to Heather's alternate material kind of challenge. So for me, like the kind of smoke idea or the stained glass is a cool kind of texture that you guys can do. It doesn't necessarily have to be pulp related, but smoky or stained glass would be kind of interesting. Um, and the fact that he's American and was uh, a Chicago native and at the 2005 World Series when Chicago White Sox won, I think is just a cool kind of thing. So if you guys can make a Pope playing baseball, I think it's kind of topical and kind of interesting. So Pope playing baseball would be kind of cool. But yeah, that's it for the actual things happening this week. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for tapping in. Bit of a solo episode, different location, shooting in a foreign country in America in Danbury, Connecticut. But yeah, it's been a fun ride, and I hope you guys do enjoy the content. And if you do, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and comment below on your favorite designs this week. For Leon in Leon and Lab, we out of here. Peace.
Brought to you by VFTV.